It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a can of Belhaven Brewery's Twisted Grapefruit IPA coming in at 5.3% ABV. 330 can. Looks very interesting. I hear at the brewery there's a lady who hand peels the grapefruits to put into this beer, which is really interesting, really. A real labour of love for this beer. Let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. It was established in 1719. It's like, doesn't even comprehend, does it, in terms of how our lives are today. Let's get the beer out into a glass, see what we get. Probably Scotland's oldest brewery. Belhaven. So beer in the glass, we got a 3-finger, slightly off-white head. Very clear beer to look at. Golden amber coloured, good levels of carbonation rolling up the glass. Looks interesting, especially as I mentioned, that whole story of a lady hand peeling grapefruits to throw into the beer. Aroma, oh blimey, it really is a big pungent grapefruity aroma here. Smells, I mean, I've had these grapefruit IPAs before. To actually put grapefruit in the IPA, to call it a grapefruit IPA, I've had them and they've been really interesting. But I think Belhaven here, they've gone all out. They've kind of literally, I don't know how many grapefruits they've thrown in. Probably, they've just put loads of real grapefruit. It must be an absolutely... It must be at least 50 grapefruits gone into this beer. It's the first thing, it kind of like bursts on your palate, on your nose. Really zingy, fresh smell. Let's dive into this one. Cheers. That's actually a really nice beer. The grapefruit's sharp, it's punchy, it's citrusy, it's very refreshing. And there's a malt base. There's definitely a nice malt base to this beer. What I mean by a nice malt base is that this brewery's been brewing beers for over 300 years. And probably for the best part of the last 100 years, a lot of people in the UK have been drinking best bitters. Now they've become very good at brewing best bitters, so they've kind of the malts are a little bit darker. It's almost like they've produced a kind of a stronger ale at 5.3% ABV, chuck some hops in and then a ton of grapefruit. It's worked, it has worked. I've seen this around the supermarkets in the UK. I'm going to say a massive thank you to Belhaven Brewery for sending me the beer. This was sent to me by the brewery. It's balanced, it's sweet and biscuity to begin with, and it's very much kind of like grapefruit from start to middle to end in terms of the flavour. Carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth. It's got a nice bitterness on the back end. It's got a nice sharpness from the amount of grapefruit added to the beer. It's really good. And I imagine with the amount of grapefruits in the beer, it's probably part of your 5 a day. It really is a big, bold, strong grapefruit flavour. Let's rate it. I like it. I really like the beer. The can was fresh from the brewery. It's a super fresh beer. It's not going to drop. The hops won't drop, and even if they did, you still got that grapefruit to hold it up together. Yeah, it's a decent beer. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Stone the Crows, 8 out of 10. Thanks very much to Belhaven for sending me the beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! And cheers.